Hey, fellas. Welcome back to the Fellas
Fellers!
Show. It's June 14th, which is pretty crazy, in my opinion.
Week
That's,
six of the start of week 6 of the show. Week
something like
6.
that.
I think we're.
We're almost at, like,
Yeah,
can't even
dude.
count anymore.
Mondays. I don't even mind Mondays. It's a good transition. It's like, hey, Sunday. All I did was literally watch sports all day.
Yeah.
Like, just chill out. Monday is back in the groove, kind of doing our thing. Except for there's always one problem with Mondays, Sean. And what is it? It's that
There's no
damn
WNBA.
WNBA doesn't play on Mondays.
I couldn't think of the answer.
I don't know what it is about this damn sport, but they just decided that Mondays aren't cool enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't like it.
It's weird.
I don't like it at
there
all.
There never ever is?
Never one. Not that I've seen. I've checked like the next month. There's not one Monday game. And there hasn't been one Monday game.
That's weird. There's not a lot
Piss
of
me off because I'm
sports.
coming off a fucking heater from this weekend.
There's a lot of sports where they only play certain days, but I don't know if there's not.
They play every other
where's-
day.
Yeah, where's the sport
They
where
play Tuesday through
play
Sunday.
all but like one day? Or if it would be one day, wouldn't you think it'd be like Sunday or something? That's pretty
Would
weird.
it be like not a Monday? I don't know, man.
Hey,
When I
they're
become
trailblazers
the
in
owner of the
WNBA.
when I become the owner of the WNBA, just know that there will be games on Monday.
You should be the commish, dude.
I should.
That'd be
Betting pro turned commissioner. Just because I'm a legend at the
you
WNBA.
just
I should
to
be a
go out
GM
there
at this point.
and just yell about stuff, and everyone's like, why is he the commissioner?
He literally knows nothing.
How did this guy get here? But dude, hey, you already
don't
got
worry
the
about it.
job, man.
I had a little heater. Don't worry about it. But no, the actual heater is for real. Not Wednesday. Good God, what day am I on right now? Friday. Had a nice little sweep. For the whole VIP swept Friday. That was nuts. Up 10 units. Our worst day on the year, I think, is -4.5. And we were up 10 units that day.
Bro, I do that
Holy
for
shit.
fun on my own.
Oh, man. What a day. But no, WNBA honestly killed it this weekend. I think VIP ended up going 4-2. Free plays went 3-0. It was nuts.
Too easy.
It was a nuts weekend for WNBA. Yesterday,
Not to mention
the ending of the day was beautiful.
the sweep on Friday.
Oh, God, dude. The VIP sweep.
The
Well,
dime.
we had Sixers -1.5. We had a baseball We had 3 baseball parlays. One for +150, one for +151, one for +622, and then we followed it up with a WNBA sweep for 2 games. Oh, the
Beautiful.
Wings +2.5
Love to
ended
see
up
it.
winning by 7, and then I forget what the other bet was, but they covered 2. God damn. Yesterday, oh man, I was so mad. Yesterday for WNBA, we had 4 games. I had 3 reads and I had 1 lean, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna put the 3 reads into the VIP. I'm gonna put the 1 lean as a free play with a collab. Hit the free play, hit the 2 other VIPs, and the 1 VIP where I saw the public stacked on the other side. I saw it 99% on the Mystics, and I said, you know what, Eric, your brain's smarter than that. You can outsmart the WNBA, and I cannot. I thought the Mystics for sure was the better team. Atlanta Dream had people hurt. It was only a 4-point spread, but man, I saw 99% on Mystics, and I did the dumbass thing of going with it anyways.
Oh, breaking news.
That was the only loss. Breaking news.
Breaking news
Hold
right
up.
now.
Breaking news.
The Philadelphia Eagles have just signed another quarterback. Nick Mullins of the San Francisco 49ers, which I'm going to be honest. I feel like you're there's like, of course I'm about to say this, but I'm pretty high on Nick Mullins.
There we go.
Now look, hey, wait,
Anyone
I'm just
not
saying,
named Jalen Hurts that plays quarterback for your team, you are a fan of.
Nah, I mean, yes. I really do not think all right. Hey, this isn't about Jalen. This is about Nick Mullins. Now, I know that he did at this point have pretty extensive starting time, and he's just not looked good at all. But remember that one time?
Kind of what Jalen Hurts sounds like. So.
Remember that one time? I mean, Nick Mullins has still had better games than Jalen Hurts has ever had somehow. That one year when it went, I I can't remember if was that Caps last year, maybe the first time he started, and then CJ went down, and then I think another guy went down, and he had to come in like a fourth string, and then he just started balling out. Like he
I
threw
remember
for
him not
400.
being that. Yeah, he's not that bad.
Yeah,
right?
his first season he threw for 400 yards in like 3-4 straight games. He was like the best fantasy QB. It was insane. But he was like, it was because he had that weird fourth string rookie magic.
Yeah.
And then I
feel like
can't
he's
remember.
just kind of like I feel like he's kind of like a fish
No, I
magnet.
know, and I know he got
Likes to air
decent
the ball out.
starting time. Hey, shout out to the fellas, 6 viewers on already. Wow.
I know. I saw
Shout out
that.
to the boys.
Coming in.
Let's
coming in
see,
bunches.
because I know he started a decent amount of games now. 3. Wait, how long was this contract? We'll get into the contract. But yeah. So he was. The thing was, all right. So he was 3-5 in 2018 in his 8 starts. But that he was on such a bad team. That 49ers team, I think,
was
had
that a 40? Yeah, okay.
I think they had 4 wins, so like that's fine. He just threw for like 2,200 yards in half the season, 13 touchdowns in half the season. Like it's solid. It was solid play. Last year was honestly also not that bad. Just they didn't win. 2-6, but decent yardage. 1-1 touchdown interception, but another 8 games as well. Just
kind of like a middle.
He's
back.
okay.
He'll score some touchdowns. He'll throw some interceptions.
But I like it because he's only 26.
Wait, is he really?
Yeah, he's only been in the league 3 years.
For some reason, I thought he was like 30.
And that is he seems older, but he's not. He's a young.
Wait, so is
young
it
buck.
Jalen then Flacco then Mullins, or is it Jalen then Mullins then Flacco?
Now that's the question.
What did they sign him for? How many years?
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that's even out yet. This literally just dropped.
I mean, if it's a 1 year, then it's probably Jalen then Flacco then Nick. But if he got multiple years, they'll probably throw him in as backup and just use Joe Flacco as like a teacher. I mean, that's probably what Joe Flacco's career is going to end up being anyways, is just teaching younger quarterbacks how to play, because he's had so much experience and been through so much different things.
I've agreed to terms. Yeah,
Sure
not much, but I did want to see. Oh, let's see the depth chart. Because I don't even know.
Do you think it's updated?
I don't even know how it started. Okay, so it's Jalen is the starter, and then Jody.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
He's gonna be third string, unless he goes off in training game. He's gonna start third string. I'm pretty sure. He doesn't know the offense at all yet.
Yeah.
And
That'd be cool. Learn behind Joe Flacco for a little while. Especially if they got him for like a 3-year contract or something.
Man. Yeah, but here's if I could totally see that Jalen doesn't. So Jalen could be totally mediocre enough to stay in the starting role the whole season, or he gets kicked out of there by like week 4. Joey comes in. Maybe he gets hurt or something. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
I do want to see Mullins take the field, though. I don't feel
he's not
any.
that far off from,
I don't feel
getting
any
a spot right now. Like Jalen's
Right.
not that impressive. Joe Flacco's Joe Flacco, and then like you might as well give Nick a couple tries. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Eagles are
I
gonna be dog shit this season, anyways.
Yeah, I don't feel any less comfortable, or I feel equally unlikely to win with all of them on any given game. So let's see the guy.
Yeah,
that we've seen a little less,
that
but more than Jalen Hurts. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being mad. But anyway.
Yeah, probably. Speaking of being mad, I got a bone to pick with the NBA last night, man.
The entire association?
Yeah, no, honestly, the entire association.
Shoot.
Yeah, so there's 2 parts of this side that I'm falling on. I'm talking about the Jokic ejection last night, by the way, if you couldn't figure that out. There's 2 sides that I fall on in this. One side is I'm happy that the NBA did what they would have done to any other player.
True.
That's one side where I've always had a problem with the NBA, is that superstars get treated like superstars. And it sucks because now I'm going to sit on both sides of this, because if LeBron does it, I'm like, yeah, get his ass out of there, blah, 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 because he's a pussy. And then when it happens to Jokic, I'm like, wait, don't eject Jokic. Don't do that to Jokic. So that's the problem that I have with one side of it. But on the other hand, NBA, It is game 4 of an elimination series. The only player that can help them come back is Jokic. The game is somewhat tight. There's momentum swings, and you give this man a flagrant 2 for a foul that is debatably not a flagrant 2. Like, hey, if this is a clean clock, like Jokic comes in and like misses the ball and just strikes him at because granted, hard foul.
Absolutely
Jokic even said, he goes, it was supposed to be a hard foul. I wanted to change the momentum of the game. It was supposed to be like a momentum changing play.
Yeah, and
now he came in with a full on.
Yeah. He came checked on him. Like he's not. It wasn't a purposeful.
He came in with like a wind up, but
yeah.
Let's see the facts here. He got the ball. He did get the ball. It was a hard foul. He came in a swing, but at the end of the day, he got a foul and his forearm grazed Cameron Payne's nose. Let's just see the facts here. I honestly don't think that's worth a flagrant 2, even if it's like, I seriously don't think that's a flagrant 2. Now, I know the rule says if you made contact with someone's face, it was blah, blah, blah. One, it wasn't malicious in any way, shape, or form.
No, I wouldn't.
Jokic should not go after that to try and hit Cameron Payne in the face. No. It was clearly a play on the ball. Yes, it was a slightly aggressive, and he did somewhat miss because he hit him in the face. Got it. But, man, I just don't understand how you give someone a flagrant 2 for that. And on top of that, I don't understand how you give the MVP of the league, the only guy who can save that series, a flagrant 2 and eject him. Because let's be honest, Jokic left that game, and most people turned off the TV.
Yeah, true.
Stephen A tweeted about it. I basically
if anyone was still watching at that point.
I looked at the people we were watching it with, and I was like, this game, the series is over. They just called series right there. And it was the game. I mean, Nuggets had a little bit of a fight back later, a couple minutes later, but they just didn't have it was JaVale McGee trying to take the team on his back, and
right.
It was just, man, what a bad. And Twitter erupted. The sports world was pissed about it.
As they do.
Pissed about it. And like I said, one side of me is good for you for treating him the way you would have treated the rest of the league, but also I don't even think that was a flagrant 2 to begin with.
Yeah.
That's just not what you do. That's not what you do in an elimination game. Give them a flagrant 1, tee them up. Give them momentum.
There needs to be something in between just a shooting foul and a flagrant, because I've seen it too many times where it's you can't just not call anything, or you can't just be common foul.
Yeah, you hit him in the face.
You can't have that happening in the game, and the only it just is, it's too much. Mm-hmm. But you can't just that can happen twice in a game. You see it all the time where just two unfortunate things. Maybe one time it gets a little too heated, and then they're just, just two technicals. People get ejected when they shouldn't. There needs to be a penalty box. This is what I'm thinking. Penalty box, or a timeout chair if there's no boxes. NBA. Yeah. Make them play 4-on-5 for 30 seconds.
That'd be really interesting. Honestly, I would do it for a minute, because that's 2 possessions of the shot clock then.
Yeah.
That way a team couldn't just hold the ball for a shot clock.
True.
You know what? You might be onto something here. That's actually not a bad idea. Because honestly,
just say get out, cool down.
That should have been a flagrant 1 in every way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
That's just a flagrant 1. I get it that he winds up, but also he checks on him after. There was a little skirmish that did not get heated at all. It was basically just D-Book trying to stand up for his teammate, and Jokic being what the fuck are you going to do about it? Please just walk away and we'll move on. It's just, man, why? And I can understand, one of those refs is hey, this is a flagrant 2, blah, blah, blah. But the other 2 or 3 refs need to come together and be yo, Jimmy,
right.
Hey, I understand, we get it, but there's no way we're throwing Jokic out of this game. Hush, even if it's this, hey, we can't throw Jokic out of this game. We cannot. I just don't understand how it actually happened. Because if that is any other superstar, sorry, and I'm going to play this road and I'm going to play this card. If that is any other superstar, not named Jokic, that is non-injection. If that's LeBron, not ejected. If that's KD, not ejected. Kyrie, James, Kawhi, like literally any other top 10 name, that is not an ejection. No way in hell. And I don't know how it ended up to Jokic because I thought the refs kind of liked Jokic.
Yeah, he wouldn't be the one I'd expect ever to get this kind
No.
of call on him.
No, not at all.
Which I think is how a lot of people feel. I think that's why it's such a big
And he
deal.
treated it way better than I thought he would, because if that was me getting kicked out of that game and I'm the MVP, I would have freaked out. And Jokic just was like, fine, like series is over. I'm done.
Yeah, do you think dude wants to be out there anymore? It's embarrassing. That was a bad series, I gotta say. Overall.
Jason agreed. You are absolutely right, dude. Anyone else doesn't happen. Yeah. And it's so weird too, because I would never expect that to happen to Jokic.
Right.
Like coming into that game, that's the last person I would think that the NBA wants to eject. He's like the nice guy, face of the league, the MVP, like overcame all odds, too fat, too slow, doesn't know how to play that, like all these things. And you eject him for that? Like you got Trae Young going like this to refs' eyes right in front of their face.
All right, that was pretty.
Like, he's going like this, binoculars, and telling them to open their eyes in front of their face.
That was insane.
Man.
I'm gonna be honest.
He didn't even get a technical for that.
I have never seen a player that close to a ref's face and not get teed up. I've never seen that. Like, I'm like normally I think that if a player is just like yelling whatever, like don't bother teeing them up unless they're being like straight up disrespectful. But like, dang, if you're that close to a ref's face, like I'd tee him up. Immediately,
right here, and he just goes. I'd be like, oh yeah, you're never doing that shit again.
You can't come up with any kind of excuse as much. Like it's so bad.
Oh man, just a bad look for the NBA. Just a bad.
That was a bad look for Trae too, because he's been a little. I like Trae. And
I think he got a little gumption when he went to New York and started mouthing off, and people are like, "Oh!" And then he kind of just kept doing it. It's like, dude, it's not Julius Randle and Derrick Rose anymore. It's Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, and Seth Curry, and Tobias Harris.
It's a lot cooler when you do it when you're winning. You know, it's a lot cooler to.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Like. It was cool when you were doing it when you're winning, but when you're down by 20 and you're just complaining to the ref, now you look like an idiot, dude.
I'm going to say, I think with the NBA, the people are the most, like, divided about players. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
They're just the most,
And I saw...
People could just have excuses for every player's actions.
Absolutely.
Or, like, anger at every... I just remember, like, when everyone was making fun of Embiid when they lost to Toronto, when Toronto won the chip. And everyone was making fun of him for crying, like when he was coming off of the
crying
court.
To the locker room after he just lost on a Game 7 rim nail biter, like go to the finals.
And it's like, and then if he's like joking around and happy during a game, everyone's like, oh, he just doesn't care enough. He just doesn't care
It
enough.
is true. It's so bad. And I read some article a while ago, and it was like, why does the NBA appeal to the younger crowd so much? Because it is the demographic for the NBA is like 23-year-olds and below. Like that is their main demographic. It's crazy. And also, why do people feel so passionate about players? And the article went on, and they said a big part of it is because you can see the players' faces while they play. You can actually see their faces. And I'm like, that's so crazy, because the only other sport I can think of that does things like that, I mean, MLB, but really no one's going to have like a crazy. The only other sport that's like that is soccer. And that's the only other sport that I know of that people are way more passionate about individual players than they are actual teams.
That's true.
And I think it's because you can see their faces. You can see like them interacting. You can actually see, it's not football where you just see a number and then the hit. It's not hockey where they're wearing a helmet and flying around at 40 miles an hour. Like you can actually see their faces, and it's a slow game. Like you can see every move.
That and every matchup is essentially one-on-one. It's it's just several battles happening at once in really close space, and it's pretty physical. And yeah, you can absolutely see all the players, see their face, and I think the NBA's recent kind of like success, I think they've started to see that. They've been playing up all the stories. They've been playing
Oh
up the
yeah.
drama. They've been playing it all up, and it has led to like the resurgence that we've seen probably like last 5 years or so.
Honestly, I'd say last three maybe last 3 to 5 years is really. And honestly, I give a big credit to TNT
Yeah,
and just like the
absolutely.
whole broadcast crew, what they've done with that, bringing in Shaq and Charles and Kenny and all that stuff, and the post game, the halftime, like those guys are the reason that the NBA is resurging and having such popularity. And that's why and I know I've talked about this before, I'm so excited for the NHL to go with TNT because I think they're going to do the exact same thing. They got Gretzky fucking announcing now, like that is the Shaq equivalent to basically NHL. Like just take the greatest player that everyone knows about. His name is everywhere in hockey. So they have that coming, and then the TNT. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I think NHL is gonna see a resurgence. But yeah, I think TNT has done everything for that NBA.
All right, but here's the thing. Now getting back to where we started.
Yeah.
Here's the question that I can't seem to. So why did he get a flagrant 2?
So I think the reasoning
Just
was
the face, the contact.
it's contact to the face, and they determined it like malicious intentional because he wound up like you can see he winds up.
Yeah. Do you want to get
But the
the
problem is,
video up? Put that up.
yeah, we can get the video up. The problem is that I think what they were determining is that he winds up and then comes and follows through. But my problem is he got the like, all right, if the same thing happens and his forearm grazes the nose and he doesn't hit the ball, if he doesn't hit the ball, that's one thing. That's a flagrant 1, borderline flagrant 2. The fact that he like punches the ball out and his forearm just grazes the nose, it's like, how the hell do you call it a flagrant 2? Let's see it.
Yeah, here's the play in question. I think I'm trying to skip all the unnecessary.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, yeah, I just can't see how you say that's intentional in any way. It's very clear he's going to extremely clear he's going to the ball.
Oh man, he just doesn't even look at the guy's face. He doesn't.
I mean, it hardly even looks like he hits his face from that angle. And then here's the reaction and whatnot, and he's getting
Like he goes up to Cameron after, he's like, "Hey, you good?" And like,
yeah.
I don't see it.
That's pretty. I mean, like what you said, man. Game 4, the MVP.
You just don't do
That's
that.
a Mickey Mouse call.
That's a Mickey Mouse call. All I know is, hey, a lot of people had same game parlays with Jokic in it. All I know is FanDuel works for the W, or maybe the NBA works for FanDuel. I don't know, man. I'm calling.
Yeah,
I'm calling some.
Good sport. Hands out. I mean,
I'm calling some kind of bullshit on this one. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know what. I don't know the reasoning behind it. I'm not saying it's betting. I'm not saying it's anything. I'm saying there was someone somewhere had an agenda on this one because there's no way the MVP of the league gets ejected for that bullshit. I'm sorry. There's people that don't even matter that wouldn't even get ejected for that.
Yeah, I could see a lot of scenarios where that doesn't even get a T. Like,
yeah,
I could probably half of the time that gets called on the floor.
You telling me Game 6 of the Western Conference Finals and LeBron James pulls that same thing? Boy's not even going to get a damn foul for that.
Well, let's
let alone
what about a guy who, like, if that was on, like, say, Embiid or someone in the paint, like someone who just doesn't get calls, that would be on the floor, if anything. It might not even get called. Like, if it's someone that gets just hacked all the time, I don't know.
And, like, I get it. It's a defensive rebound in the corner of the court. He didn't have to make that play, but he even said himself, he's like, I was trying to make an aggressive play to change the momentum of the game.
And
it's like I'm trying to get a steal in the backcourt. Sorry, I did it a little too aggressively. Sorry, I got all ball, basically, and my forearm grazed the dude's nose.
That's the thing. It was almost just a really, really good play.
It was almost a really good play. Like, he almost actually surprised him.
Not even touching his face. It almost worked.
And if his arm, because he literally has a 7-foot arm that wrapped around his entire body to try and hit the ball, if his forearm doesn't graze his nose, That's a steal, probably a basket, and we have what, a 5 point game? That is, man, bad
Damn
luck for the
shame.
NBA. And I just, again, why Jokic of all people? Why Jokic? Unless the refs were just like, hey, let's wrap up this series. I'm done with this shit. Like it ain't coming back anyways. Just send his ass out. We don't
No,
have to
don't
worry
they want
about it.
another game check or whatever? Is this? I don't know how
I
they
would
get paid, but
think
who
so.
knows?
I don't know. Maybe they're just done with the series.
I
Yeah, it's
just,
like, hey, fuck Denver. Let's get our asses out of here. I don't want to have to go back to Arizona. Fuck this.
I think we just gotta. I think all I can say, I don't know why. There's no reason that he should have been ejected. I don't. I think that you could. I don't know. I'd like to hear someone try to make the case for why that
I would
happened.
like to hear the refs' explanation. I'm
Yeah,
sure we'll get it at some point today. I would
probably
just like to
not.
hear their whole
Probably won't
reasoning.
say anything.
And I really hope one of the refs comes out and is like, yeah, hey, it was probably a little bit of an aggressive call. Like, probably was.
Yeah.
That would be the NBA's right thing to do, which means that they won't
They.
do it, but just bad. Congrats to the Suns, though, on the sweep. I think they
Yeah.
deserve. I mean, they deserve to win the
Oh,
series
I mean,
either way.
clearly,
This does not. This does
clearly
not
they were the
change the
better
outcome of
team.
this series. It might have changed the outcome of the game, but Suns were still going to win this series. It wasn't close. So like everyone is mad about it. Put it on the brakes a little bit. Like, doesn't matter that much. But at the end of the day, it's the principle behind it. It was a bad call. There's no way you can justify it as a good call. It's a flagrant one at most. And for the MVP of the league, you just can't eject people like that. Can't do it. It's a bad look.
Can't be
Bad.
doing that.
Can't be doing that.
Messes up the game, man.
It really does. All right. 10:30. We got a couple things to talk about when we get back. Le'Veon Bell is fucking pissed, and no one really knows why. Well, we
He's
kind of know.
just.
We kind of know why.
This is the
Maybe I'll.
most
Le'Veon
stupid
Bell's.
news by a washed up. Never mind. We'll get to
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa. All right, Le'Veon Bell stuff when we get back. Islanders stuff when we get back. Go Islanders.
I
Even
just
though we
want to
took
emphasize
Lightning and VIP yesterday, but anyways.
how long in your brain did Le'Veon Bell play for the Jets? Like, doesn't it feel like maybe 3, 4?
It was 3 years. It was 3 years, and he played 16 games.
He made it 1.5 years through his contract.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He's washed up. We'll get back to that.
He wasn't on the. All right, yeah, we'll get back. All right, we'll see you in about 2 minutes. Get back here.
Dude,
We got things to talk
it's
about.
man.
We got
Hey, fellas.
Bellers.
We're back.
I'm going to pull up. All right, so before the break, talking about Le'Veon a little bit and his recent little. He's got a couple things going on. If you don't know how this whole Le'Veon thing started, in a social media post, and I don't know if it was Instagram or Twitter, he basically said, I would much rather retire than ever play for the Kansas City Chiefs ever again. Now, remind you that the Kansas City Chiefs went to the Super Bowl, lost in the Super Bowl. Le'Veon Bell was on a 1-year contract, took a little bit of pay cut to be on the team, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, Le'Veon does not like the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm guessing it's because when Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs signed him, they said, hey, you're going to be able to do this. You're going to be blah, 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 blah. You're going to be a big part of the offense. And then Le'Veon got there, and they gave him like 3 touches a game. And I'm sure he was a little bit pissed off about it. And apparently he's very pissed off about it. So, yeah, it's kind of just been – it kind of sent – what was it, Friday that he tweeted that out? Thursday, something like that?
Yeah, I think it was Friday.
It's kind of just sent the whole – like, it's just, man, not probably the thing that you want to tweet or say out loud on social media. And he did apologize. He was like, this probably wasn't the way to do it, but I was pissed and blah, 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 blah.
Nah, but the only thing he apologized for was he was just like, I don't apologize, except for maybe I shouldn't have put it on social media. But he's only saying that because he did
not apologize.
He didn't want to get
blasted. Did not apologize for what he said.
Yes. But man, all right,
he didn't apologize for what he said. He apologized for the way it came out, which is not really an apology. It's just basically, right. I'm sorry that I got called out on Twitter.
But like, it's not like someone got it. Like he was like, I'm gonna tweet this today, so I don't. It's not like he got in an interview and it like got reword. It's like, man, I'm just gonna tweet this out. Nobody asked, but.
So because he's been wrapped up in social media, I kind of visited his Twitter for the past couple weeks, and boy, even before he announced that, he was a little bit defensive on the on the old Twitter. He had people calling him out, just like random burner accounts calling him out and shit. And he just kept quote tweeting and like, someone said when they had a chance to sign me, Pittsburgh, blah, blah, blah. LOL, the only difference with the Steelers was they gave me opportunity. Haven't had that since I left. I probably need to play for a defensive-minded head coach instead of these offensive-minded gurus, ...
So
AKA Andy Reid.
Bro, dude, hold on. Oh man, I just said the team got me transparent. All right, dude. Here's the thing. First of all, remember his holdout.
The holdout.
When does that feel like? Does that feel like it was like 4 years ago, maybe? Like maybe
it's
5 years?
2017, right?
It was 2018. It was 2 football seasons ago. He's played 2 seasons since then. All of how bad he's been, like, it feels like he's just been, the amount of just not good football he's played feels like years worth. It feels like so much longer. He didn't play in 2018, did his 2019 season with the Jets, played quarter of the season with the Jets, and then was out. Now, if you know the situation you're getting yourself into signing with the Jets. You know that there's a chance that they can be good, but you know that first year and then like the first 5 games that you're there the second year is not going to be good.
Yeah.
You signed a 4-year deal, a 5-year deal?
I mean, yeah, he knew when he went to the Jets, it was about the money. Like, he was sick and tired of not making money. He was sick and tired of getting franchise tagged. He made a decision based off of money to get guaranteed money, and he got man secured a bag and then was like, yeah, I'm fucking done with this shit.
He secured the bag and then played for 1 year. It's like if he was on the team now, it'd probably be a lot better team because there's no more Gase and they have a new quarterback. It's like, dude, if you just maybe gave it more than 20 games to rebuild, maybe you'd be on a better situation. And instead, it's like, oh, I'm not in a good situation. Let me go get traded mid-season to a Super Bowl contender who actually, they went to the Super Bowl. They sure lost, but they went to the Super Bowl, But like that lineup's established. You know that's a high-powered offense that already has a ton of weapons.
You're not just gonna get 15 touches a game because your name's Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
Like,
so
let's be realistic here.
Are you mad that Andy Reid's an offensive guru who can make everyone look good because maybe it made you stay down on the depth chart? Maybe you didn't get to dude. You had to. It's not like they had too many crazy running backs. They go with a committee approach, and if you can't work your way into that committee, it's not Andy Reid's fault.
Which I will say, when he got touches, he did look really good on Kansas City.
Yeah, dude, he's better.
He looked much better than Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So, like, at the end of the day, hey, you probably give your rookie more touches than you.
I don't know if he looked much better than Clyde.
He did. Towards the end of the season, he absolutely did. Because I only know that because I had Clyde Edwards-Helaire on my fantasy team.
Yeah. And
trust me, he looked better. But so just to revisit his social media. So on June 10th, he says this world is filled with cap. Right before his last tweet before that was quoting someone who said, someone got to give you a chance first, dog. He said, quote, I'll sign somewhere when I'm ready. Ain't no more finessing me with lies and shit just to get me to sign up with a team. No more rushed decisions on my end, period. And then came back with the world is filled with cap on June 10th. And then 14 hours ago, kind of went on a little rant spree on Twitter. It's 4 tweets in a row, and this is what it says. I said what I said, and I don't regret at all what I said. For those who have a personal problem with me because of what I said, that's fine. You have your right, ! Just understand I also have my right for how I feel about my personal problem with dude because of what he said to me. Next tweet. And this is referring to Andy Reid, I'm guessing. Next tweet. Never did I say I didn't enjoy my time in Kansas City because I love my time there, and I was probably the closest locker room full of players I've ever been around. Fucking liar. You played for Pittsburgh. You were the center point of Pittsburgh. I guarantee that locker room was better.
No, hold on. Wait.
Oh, wait, that was AB days, wasn't it?
Think about who was in that locker room.
Sorry. That was AB days.
That was Big Ben when he was still throwing people under the bus. That was probably...
That's on me. Probably not the best locker room ever.
That was probably a toxic environment, dude.
Rewind, cut that part out. That was a bad take on my part. Anyways, because I love my time there. It was probably the closest locker room full of players I've ever been around. I enjoyed my teammates, the city, food, the fans, just about everything. Kansas City, ... Next tweet. I'm not going to get all in depth on why I feel the way I do, but I have my right to feel the way I feel. The only thing I would change is commenting how I really felt on social media. Next tweet, I'll admit that's something I could have and should have kept to myself, and I apologize about that and that only. But I don't regret what I said because that's how I feel. Next tweet seems like kind of playing victim now. Now, the next tweet is where I lost. So, like, you go through those 4 tweets, and it's like, all right. Man, standing up for what he said.
I agree with that.
That for the last tweet is a bitch move, and he tucked his dick in between his legs. So you can love me or hate me. I'm going to be fine regardless. I'm just giving you a small version from my point of view on why I said what I said. I hate the so you can love me or hate me trying to play victim. I hate that shit. Dude, if you're an athlete and you got a strong stance, fucking keep it. Don't. If you want to hate me, you can, but I'm just going to keep doing what I'm like. Shut up, dude.
I just don't get the whole point. Like, maybe he's just trying to get signed because, frankly, I forgot he was a free agent. So maybe, but like first of all, like, did Andy Reid ask you to come back? Is this like, or are you just venting? Like, was he just venting? I think he was just venting. Like, that's fine. It's like, yeah, I would never play for the Dallas Cowboys, bro. Me, bro, I would never play for him. And it's like, okay, nobody asked me to. So that's easy. Nobody's tripping over that. So
yes, Le'Veon did say that there's no way he would much rather retire than ever play for Kansas City again. So, hey, I'm not saying, like, I see both sides. I get it. Le'Veon was probably promised a lot when he came to Kansas City, and that was the deciding factor. Because remember, he had other teams to go to. There was a big list of teams that wanted to sign him, and it was also like, he's really going to go to – like, Kansas City really needs another fucking running back. So I'm sure he was promised a couple of things. Hey, take a little pay cut. You'll get a bunch of touches. We'll win a Super Bowl, blah, 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 like all this stuff. I get that a lot of it's not in Andy Reid's control, but at the same time, dude, it's a business. Like, Sorry you were told you're going to get 15 touches when you only got 8. Sorry you almost won a Super Bowl being a backup running back. Sorry you had to play for one of the best teams. Like, man, shut up.
Dude, he had less yards per attempt than Edwards-Helaire and Darrell Williams.
Did
he? Yep, he had. Let's see. He had more yards per target, but he's that's like his thing.
He's a receiving back.
It's just, I don't know, if you have a 21-year-old running back that can start games and average like 4.5 yards a carry, yeah, you're probably not getting that much time, guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
2 more things before we enter bets. We got about 15 minutes. After we get off NFL talk with this last thing, I want to talk about the Islanders because your boy's been calling that one for a long time. No. Anyways, one more football thing. Apparently, Odell looks great after knee surgery.
Who cares? Oh, good. Player in the offseason looks good.
Hey.
Great. Is that news still? Bro,
yeah,
I don't care.
Cleveland Browns are good.
Dude, put them on
my Cleveland Browns.
I'm not nothing towards the Browns. It's towards the news that comes out every year that player looks good after surgery. I'm like, well, I promise you he doesn't look better than he did before the surgery. Like, I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Odell,
However, that was a nasty injury.
It was bad, dude. It was bad.
And to say that he's actually like a full 100%, I get it. Not so much, but like, hey, good for him.
No,
nasty injuries come back from.
I like Odell. It's unfortunate that he hasn't been able to play much for Cleveland. Now he's on a pretty good team.
Yeah.
But congrats, man.
Now
you gotta play now. You gotta play some football now.
This could just be a little teammate hype up, but Landry, quote, man, he looked amazing. Landry told reporters, I can't wait for you guys to see him. I can't wait for him to get back out there. He's in fantastic shape and he's ready to go. He's only about 6.5 months beyond surgery, and he's already doing some things that will blow your mind away. Now, I get it. It's his teammate hyping him up, but that's
that's his roommate at OTAs, bro. Like, let's pump the brakes. I want to see him in a game. I want to see him in a game because I really want him to come back and be really, really good. But you got it.
Yeah. Jason brought up a good point in the comments section. Maybe Bell just trying to get on someone's radar. I feel like half of this is just show that he doesn't need to do. Why argue with no one's and burner accounts? That's true.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even remember he was a free agent until all this came out. It's definitely helping him.
Let's remember how much shit this man got for an entire year straight because of his holdout. Like, probably death threats, like, you're fucking blah, blah, blah. Like, this man has gone through it on social media to not start reacting to some nobodies talking about his career on Twitter. So that's probably a good point. He might just be doing this to kind of make a show out of it and get his name out there because, players do that players do it for reasons.
So
that could be a good point.
Want to hear a couple other interesting free agents that are still out there that maybe should start their own drama on Twitter?
The only one I know of is I think Titans are looking into Zach Ertz right now.
Well, he's not a free agent.
Isn't
we still have him on their contract.
Really? I thought he was free agent this year. Oh, damn.
I think it's his last year. The problem is just he's too expensive, and he's totally on the block. But Richard Sherman, still a free agent, available.
He's not on a team right now.
Not yet. Rumored to be going to potentially the Saints, potentially the Raiders, potentially the Cowboys. Vikings. But it seems like Dallas and Vegas have kind of like shored up their secondary a bit. But seems like possibly Cowboys, possibly Jets.
No,
Todd Gurley
for the Jets.
Maybe Todd Gurley.
Who cares where Todd Gurley goes? The man has arthritis and he can't run.
Todd Gurley's better than Le'Veon Bell. Right now, I'd rather have Todd, bro.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
He didn't look that bad in Atlanta.
Yeah, but Todd Gurley is regressing exponentially.
I disagree.
Knees don't work.
I keep hearing that, but I don't see it.
I saw it the first year after the news came out, And since then, I haven't seen that much regression. But
Yeah.
the year that he was crazy, and then the year when he like didn't play in the Super Bowl and all that shit, and people were like, "Yeah, his knees are really bad." I did see the following season, like the difference between those 2 seasons. Like Todd Gurley used to hit the line at full speed. Like there was, if he got touched at the line, there was no one bringing him down. And now you can see he bounces around a little bit. He takes his time. He's much more methodical about his running. He doesn't just bulldoze through the line. So that's one thing I have seen. He's definitely not as explosive. I'm guessing it's because he doesn't. I mean, he can't be. Like his knees hurt like a
I guess what I will say, he's definitely not.
Definitely, yeah.
You can't compare him to. Like you're comparing. It's a shame because he was, offensive player of the year in like 2017. Like but as a free agent for a running back that you can have on your team, I think he's a really great option. He can't be your only guy.
There's plenty of
probably not even your lead back. People are. This is saying
he'd be a great committee back. Are you kidding?
This is saying Detroit or Baltimore, which I could see him doing very well in both of those places. Or maybe a little Jared Goff reunion in Detroit. That could be interesting. Le'Veon's on here, but we've talked about him plenty. KJ Wright.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Big middle linebacker, right? Or outside linebacker? For Seattle.
I think he played middle, but I think part of it is I forget which one he played, but he doesn't. Whatever one he was playing in Seattle, he didn't like. I forget if he was playing middle.
I know it was him and Bobby Swagner.
Hey.
That were holding down the linebacking crew for Seattle. That's interesting though.
It seems like he's probably going back to Seattle.
I would assume. I think that scheme is perfect for those guys.
AP
hasn't retired yet.
He's not retired yet.
Man. Come back to Minnesota.
He needs back up. He needs 450 yards to pass Barry Sanders for fourth all time. I feel like that's why he's not retired yet. I feel like that right there is why.
Hey, that and the fact that this man is still running, like he was putting up 100-yard games with Washington. He had multiple 100-yard games. Like he can still run.
He's a
still... beast. This man has torn his ACL twice. He's a monster.
He's insane. It seems like this
article saying, back to Minnesota, a 2-year contract. Let's pay him like damn near league minimum. He can back up Dalvin, get rid of Alexander Madison. Alexander Madison and Dalvin Cook are twins. We don't need them both. You can't tell who's who on the team. It's very hard as a fan. Get him out of there. Let's bring AP back. I'm happy.
Seems like the landing spots for now are the New York Giants and the LA Chargers.
Oh my God, Saquon backed up by AP. I'm not saying that AP is even that great anymore, but that would just be sick.
Oh, I mean,
that'd be so cool.
But dude, anyone that can, that's the thing. It's like, it's tough with these guys who are really, really, really good because you have to compare them to like how they were. But even so, he's probably still top like 20, 25 running back in the NFL right now.
I'd still put him top 15.
Top 15?
Give me half the starting running backs that are top 20.
I think I just wanted to be safe.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be safe.
I'd make an argument for top 15 though.
I'd have to like actually list it out. But yeah. I'm positive at 2025. I'm positive about that. Yeah. Golden Tate's an interesting one. Still not there.
God, there's so many of those guys that I would.
He should go back to Detroit. They don't have like any wide receivers.
He should go back to Detroit.
Or possibly like maybe the Bears, maybe the Falcons. There's places that need receivers. They just need a place with a receiver that doesn't have a receiver. He's pretty solid. I mean, I'm a little. I didn't like his tenure in Philadelphia much.
Yeah, I can't imagine you did.
But he looked better in New York afterwards. So
yes, he did. All right, let's get off NFL. Bunch of NFL. God, I'm so excited for football. I know.
I just want some football, man.
I want football. Anyways, 7 minutes till bets. I do want to talk about the New York Islanders and what they are accomplishing right now because it is pretty goddamn impressive. Yesterday, Lightning and Islanders played game 1 in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay came out hot, firing, shooting, scoring chances, couldn't put one in, and the Islanders do what they do. and get in these little efficient little 10-minute stretches, and they just fucking bury teams. Now, most of our futures are gone, except for the two that are playing each other right now. If you missed it, a bunch of times we have said there's 4 teams that we're putting money on. We're putting money on Boston, they're gone. We're putting money on Colorado, they're gone. But there's 2 other teams that we said put money on. We said Lightning at plus 750 at the time because they're easily trending in the number 1 team, especially with all those other teams gone. And the Islanders at plus 2,200. And that bet is looking mighty fine. Because I promise you, if the Islanders get past the Lightning, they will win the Stanley Cup Finals. VGK does not play fast enough to keep up with an East team, even though they are very good. Let's remember that Golden Knights have only beaten West teams. They haven't played the South. They haven't played the Lightning. They haven't played the East. They haven't played the Bruins. They haven't played the Penguins. They haven't played the Capitals. They haven't played the Islanders. We don't know how good they are because they haven't played anyone outside of the West named Avalanche and the Wild. Now, the Wild are a good team. Hey, Wild impressed me this year. I thought this was a very good year. I thought that we were one of the teams that people didn't want to play. Take Game 7 into Vegas. And then they somehow beat the Colorado Avalanche in 6. I'm very impressed, but it doesn't negate the fact that those 2 teams only played West teams all year long. And the East is a different level, as we've seen. True. The Lightning looked dominant in the South. Dominant. The Panthers were easily the next best team. They took them to Game 6, 4-2. Really wasn't close. Carolina, everyone thought that was going to be their toughest matchup. They only brought it to Game 5. And now they play the East team for the first time all season, and they get fucking manhandled. Like, sorry, they played really well in the first period, but after that, they got manhandled.
Yep.
The Islanders play too fast because they play in a division that plays faster than everyone else. I promise you, if the Islanders can get past the Lightning, they will win the Stanley Cup. And this other series, the Habs and Golden Knights, who gives a flying fuck? Do not bet on it. Because the Golden Knights will win the series, but the Canadians will steal a couple. Yep. And honestly, if the Canadians win the series, I wouldn't even be that surprised anyways. Because I think
I'd be
Vegas
pretty surprised, man.
I'd be
pretty surprised.
I'm telling you, this North is weird.
It is weird. The fact that the Canadians came out of it is pretty weird in the first place. Yeah. So,
I mean, it's a very inconsistent division. They can get hot at the right times because Canadians are not a bad team. I mean, they're not near as good as anyone else in the playoffs, but not a bad team. Will steal a game or two because Vegas is just not quite there. Very good team. Probably, honestly, I'm going to say 3rd best team in the playoffs right now. But trust me, Canadians will steal a couple games here. They will steal at least 1, and they might get 2.
On the topic of futures.
Yes.
Now that Kyrie sprains ankle in Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
Who do you think is the best team left if we're saying Kyrie and Harden don't come back for?
I'm sure that Vegas is saying, oh God, are you talking East and West?
Yeah, championship odds, or not odds, but like, who do you think is you just personally, not even on the odds?
Which
team? Yeah, what team do you think has the best shot at winning right now?
I'm gonna say it's split between the Jazz and the Sixers. They should both be about. I think Jazz should be about minus 110 right now, and Sixers should be about plus 160-ish.
Oh, yeah?
Not 200, plus 200.
All right. Well, that's wrong, actually. So the Nets are still the favorite.
I'm sure they have Milwaukee up there.
Yeah. This is insane. Nets are 260 right now. That's the best odds. Jazz
minus 260?
Plus
260?
Yeah. Jazz are plus 340. And then it goes Suns at 375, which I think the Suns are better than the Jazz personally. But regardless. And then the Bucks at 450. And the Sixers are still at plus 600. I don't know how at this point in time you could think that the Nets or the Bucks are gonna get out of the East more easily than the Sixers are. I don't know how you could have that. And I took the Sixers future right after they lost game 1 of this series. Well, Kyrie was
minus 110. That was easy.
It was at 1,000 plus 1,000 for the Sixers to. I don't understand that. I really feel like I thought the Sixers were like a favorite going into it, and then what? They lost one game to the Hawks and
one game to
one game to the. Come on, that's fine though. I'll take the
Hey,
money.
we have said from the beginning that Sixers are a little getting disrespected, probably based off their past. I mean, the fact that they do choke in the playoffs, the fact that they do have a coach that cannot coach through playoffs. But man, those odds sitting there right now are just too good. Like, clearly, this is a different Sixers team than we've seen in the past.
I
Clearly.
just think
Ben and Embiid are playing together better than they ever have. Seth Curry is
the
like,
spacing
the
is
most,
incredible. Danny Green is
greatest-
hurt,
yeah.
but
Tobias
we'll get
will
over it.
come alive for 30 plus at random times, which is exactly what you need
Exactly.
from him. Matisse Thybulle is playing great defense.
Lockdown
Shake
as
Milton's
always.
playing great.
Two-way, great player, man. I really like Shake. Great pickup.
I think, I mean, if I'm a Sixers fan, which I'm not, even though I do live in the area, if I'm a Sixers fan, I see Kyrie go down yesterday and I am celebrating. Like, not to celebrate people's injuries and stuff, because we don't do that. The fellas don't do that. But if I'm a Sixers fan and I see Kyrie go down, I'm like, holy shit, the whole East just opened up for us. Like, we just created a perfect path to the NBA Finals.
Like,
now, I don't know how long that injury is. I don't know when Harden comes back, because if Harden comes back, Kyrie doesn't matter.
I think Harden at this point, it seems like he is healthy
Saving
but
himself for the
kind of
next series.
rehabbing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Probably
they get to the
hoping-
next series without them too. Honestly. Because
Yeah, I don't know.
I still think
Milwaukee's bad, though.
KD's super underrated. Somehow he's super underrated. Like, just because
I
he's
think
been
once he
surrounded
wins
by
that-
such good players.
Yeah, exactly.
But he is. There's never a time when he's on the floor that he's not like. He's a top 3 player in the league. Always when he's on the floor, he can do anything.
Yep.
So that's. But dude, I don't think he can carry the Nets against the Bucks because the Bucks are not a great team. The Nets gave up everything to have Kyrie, KD, and James Harden.
Absolutely.
It's him and Joe Harris now.
They
like-
built a little bit of depth after they realized that they can't just do it with those 3, but still, like, if you don't have 2 of the 3, like, if one's gone, you still got a good chance. Especially if that one is named Kyrie. You still have an okay chance. Because I think Kyrie out of the 3 is the least valuable, which is crazy to say. But one, if James Harden is on that court, you immediately have a very good chance to win the game just because of what he does with the ball, spacing he creates, the fact that he's a distributor now rather than just like a shoot first kind of guy. And then to have KD there is just unbelievable. But we all know that.
Yeah.
But with 2 of them out, and then all of a sudden the Sixers are looking good.
Well, here's the thing, man. I would so much rather see the Bucks in the conference finals.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding?
Now, I will say,
If the Bucks win this series, the Sixers are laughing because
were
I think the
0-3.
Sixers can beat Milwaukee in 5.
we were 0-3 against the Bucks in the regular season.
But Ben Simmons didn't play for 2 of those, right?
Yeah, Ben Simmons didn't play for 2, and Embiid didn't play for the other one. So
Yeah, it's just.
doesn't mean much.
And seeing how Giannis is one-dimensional in this playoffs, Ben Simmons will have a heyday with him.
I think the only way I don't think that the Sixers don't make it to the finals at this point. It'd be really crazy. It'd be I don't know. But however,
I mean, it depends on
I
the
could
Nets
see
injuries, but
yeah, I could see the West having whether it's the Jazz or the Suns because it's gonna either be the Jazz or the Suns at this point.
Yep.
One of them could go on some magic, like because both of them just have the ability to score so well. If Donovan Mitchell just drops 50 every game, like I don't know what we do about that.
If we do see Jazz Suns, which we probably
I
will,
think
it's
we
going to
will.
be a great series. It's going to be a great series. It's definitely not the series I thought we were going to see for Western Conference Finals, even though everyone was like, "Oh, there's the best 2 teams." I honestly did not see it. But man, that's going to be a great series if those 2 can play each other.
But man, if you want to talk about value for that, plus
Yeah, that's
600
great
for the
because-
Sixers still.
Because coming into these playoffs, I was like, the Sixers can beat the Nets in 7. They can't beat them in 6. They can maybe beat them in 7. And now I'm like, Sixers can beat them in 6. They can beat them in 7. I don't think they can beat them in 5, but
They might though. Depends what we're looking at, you know.
I mean, it depends who's on the court. But uh, it, the Sixers' odds just keep getting better. It feels like throughout the playoffs. It seems like they kind of got disrespected coming in because the Nets were just the Nets. But man, now I think the tides are turning a little bit. I'm pretty gung ho on the Sixers right now. Now the West is scary. Now the West is better than what I thought originally. Seeing the Suns just manhandle teams
Yeah.
and seeing the Jazz just fluently working. However, I think if you lose the game to the Clippers, you're not as good as you think you are. Because I still think the Clippers are dog shit.
I don't know. Like
Still think
the thing with the
dog shit.
Clippers, I feel like they were so bad in the last playoffs that people just wrote them off completely and maybe kind of forgot that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, at the end of the day, are very, very, very good basketball players, and they're two basketball players who are better than most teams. One best basketball player. They're two very, very good players. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like a.
They don't feel.
It just
like
doesn't,
it doesn't
feel like
yeah.
a team that's gonna like rally and like win a game they're not supposed to win. You know?
No.
I don't know. You want to take it to break and then we'll come back
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
bets for the day?
It's 11:05. Let's take like a 4-minute break, 5-minute break. 11:10. We'll be back up, ready to. Oh wait, Jason said I think Suns beat Jazz in that scenario.
I think so too.
I think that's a good take.
I got my Jazz future, or sorry, I got my Suns future, Nets future, Sixers future. Had a Nuggets future because I thought if the Nuggets beat the Suns in this one, they win the whole thing. But they didn't. But that's all right. 3 or 4 left standing. Yeah, that was something else. All right.
All right. Let's take a 4 or 5-minute break. 11:10. Bets are back up. No WNBA today. I'm sorry, everyone. WNBA doesn't play on Mondays, but we got plenty of other bets. We're coming in hot. We're coming in hot.
Someone's got to email the WNBA, man. Just be like, what are you doing?
I agree. Hey, I told you, once I run that league, we'll be playing on Mondays.
Hey, commish. Fellas, it's everybody's
Fellas!
favorite time of the day. Bedtime.
Just gotta get the throat ready for just spitting out fucking fire for the next 45 minutes.
Bedtime.
Bedtime, we gonna start with the NHL like we always do.
Because hockey comes first.
Also, I know for a fact that when I tweet out the bets are coming, that all the Twitter boys come in here. And I know for a fact, due to our analytics, that like 80% of you who watch are not subscribed. And if that's you, quit being a lazy asshole and hit that subscribe button, damn it. You do it right now. Do it right now. I'm not going to say any bets. Do it. I'm not going to say them.
He's not going to do it.
And it is funny, though, because we normally have like a certain amount of viewers, and then I tweet that tweet out for the bets, and oh boy, all the fellas come rolling in quick.
The 11
if you're
o'clock
one of those that
spike.
aren't subscribed, but watch this damn bet segment, I'm going to be pissed. I'll find out who you are. I'll DM you on Twitter. I'll say mean things, just like people say mean things to me when I lose.
That would be scary, dude. If you were just like, bro, why aren't you subscribed?
Just a random guy who's never heard from me, and I find out that he's watching and not subscribed, and I just DM. I know you. I know what you did.
You're done for.
All right. NHL bets tonight. There's only one game. Game 1, Golden Knights, Canadians.
Woo!
Golden Knights at home. If you know anything about the NHL, the Golden Knights are a much better team than the Canadians. However, the Canadians should not be where they are.
No, they shouldn't.
They took Toronto to Game 7. They swept the Winnipeg Jets, which is not that impressive. But they're here. They are in the Stanley Cup semifinals for a reason. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate that. Golden Knights at home getting minus 265. Canadians on the road getting plus 220. Looks like bets are a little bit split on the tickets, 50-50. Actually favored 51% on the Canadians. However, the money is absolutely stacked on the Golden Knights, as it should be at 90%. This is going to hurt to say, but I think the play is Vegas Golden Knights minus 1.5. I do not like it. Trust me, it is not a confident bet at all. I just don't think you can take the Canadians game 1. I said it before. I'll say it again. The Canadians will still steal a game or two from this series.
We'll get one.
I don't know when it's going to happen. It could be game 1. It could be game 4. It could be game 5. I don't know, but they will get 1 or 2. It's the Stanley Cup semifinals, and that's just the way it works. However, game 1 at home, Vegas probably feeling themselves. Canadians haven't played in a week or so, I believe. They have to get all the border things. They had to come over. They're in quarantine. They're not allowed to leave the hotel. All this stuff. I just think that Vegas is in a good spot to win this one. However, this is not a stat kind of bet. This is a small bet. The series is going to be a little bit crazy, I'm thinking. And honestly, if the Canadians somehow end up going to the Stanley Cup Finals, I will not be that shocked. Both of these teams have surprised me, which means that they will continue to do so.
Anything can happen.
I think Canadians are slightly underrated. They are in the Stanley Cup semifinals, and I think VGK, and I know people aren't going to agree with this, are slightly overrated despite taking out Colorado. And I say that because the Golden Knights have only played teams in the West all season. They haven't played teams in the East, which is the best division. I just think that they're slightly overrated. Slightly. Still a very good hockey team, definitely better than Canadians, but they are slightly overrated. The total is 5.5.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
I would think the over. I think some goals might happen tonight, especially if Montreal can score 1 or 2 on Fleury. I think Golden Knights will probably pump them in the net tonight. I'd be shocked if they got shut out against the Canadians, or just if the Canadians play really good defense, they could win the series, but I don't see it happening. It's going to be high scoring, I believe. Over 5.5, definitely lean. Don't know if it'll be official, but so that game, Vegas minus 1.5 and the over. That's where I'm leaning. I don't even know if there'll be an official play because I really, really hate this series, but we'll see. Got to do a little bit more research.
It's never fun. 1.5 in a hockey game is always so scary.
Tough because it comes down to empty netters. It comes it comes down to just because if Canadians come out in the first period and score 1, that bet's pretty much shot. Like it's very, very tough to get that bet if the Canadians score first, because that means Vegas would have to score 3 unanswered just to cover that. And if Canadians get a second, like the bet's done. So it's a tough bet. But moving on to the NBA. The NBA tonight at 7:30, we have Sixers and Hawks game 4 back in Atlanta. Or no, sorry, not back in Atlanta. Still in Atlanta. Atlanta getting plus 3.5. Underdogs at home. Philly getting minus 3.5. Looks like tickets are absolutely favored on Sixers, 81% to 19. But the money is split 50-50, which means that everyone is parlaying the Sixers money line, I'm gonna guess.
I would too, man. That's nice odds for
89% of money on the Sixers money line. So what everyone's doing is basically just putting Sixers in a money line parlay. I don't think that's a bad idea. However, I'd be taking the 3.5 as well. I think the Sixers do well tonight, especially with people. The fact that the money is split between the Sixers and Hawks makes me happy. I was kind of expecting like a 70% ticket, 70% money kind of thing on the Sixers tonight, and it was going to make me second guess it. But the fact that the Sharps are on the Hawks makes me really like it because that's just a value play. I think the Sixers get it done. I think Trae Young and company had a very, very good game one. They broke records.
Yeah, it was just insane.
I know that we said that, hey, they've been doing that all playoffs, but I think the Sixers might have figured him out. I think Ben Simmons has kind of figured out Trae Young a little bit. And Trae Young is getting frustrated. He is. He's not. It's not New York anymore. This isn't the Knicks. This is the Sixers, possibly the best team in the East right now. Yeah, I like the points for the Sixers. If not, put them in a money line parlay. I like both ways. Second NBA. Wait, what's the total on this one? 225.
225.5.
Give me the under.
All right. I could not even. I just saw the line for the next game, and
Sixers at home.
No, for the Jazz Clippers.
Yeah. 10 o'clock, Jazz Clippers. Clippers at home getting 5.
Now, this has to be because Donovan Mitchell exited the last game early. However, I've seen no indication that he won't be ready to play tonight. He also exited the game while they were up 18, which, I mean, so he might not have ever played another minute in that game anyway when you're blown out like that. I might.
Well, let's not forget that last game Clippers got 4.5. So this might not be because of Donovan Mitchell. This might just because that's what the line actually is. And I know he said it last time, and the Jazz ended up getting blown out, but this is still the Jazz. I don't see them getting blown out again, and 5 is just a lot of points.
If you give it to us again, I'm just eventually.
I'm gonna hammer it the second time. Tickets favoring Clippers 60 to 40%, but the money is split exactly 50-50. So public is pretty much split on this one.
So we all know, here's a fun little tidbit. A Jazz Sixers money line parlay is plus 340 tonight.
That seems like very good odds. I would have to say.
I'm gonna play it.
If I was a betting man.
I mean, here I am betting, man, but I'm gonna play it. It's just for fun, but I can't plus 340 on the two better teams to win the games. I like that.
Yeah. 2 things I'd like to point out, and these are just random trends that should not be followed, but it did pop up on my little thing. Jazz are 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games as an underdog. Clippers.
Wow.
7-1 against the spread in their last 9 games, following a straight up win of more than 10 points. Wow, that is a trend and a half.
Hey, give me that cherry.
Clippers are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 conference semifinal games.
Interesting.
So, both teams suck in trends right now, but hey, trends are meant to be broken, obviously. Give me the Jazz points. I can't see a way to not take the Jazz points in this one. They are the better team. I don't care what you say. The Clippers are not better than the Jazz, even at home. 5 points is a lot. If you want to take their money line, you can go for it. Looks like, wow, Clippers money line is getting 98%. We are taking the Jazz. Thank you very much.
That's what I like to hear. Let's go.
That is nice to hear. Which also means that everyone is putting Clippers in a parlay. They got 72% of tickets, 98. Actually, that means people are taking it straight too, which is pretty interesting.
That means people are seeing minus 210 and don't know anything. Yeah. Because regardless of whether or not you think the Clippers are going to win, Even if you are the biggest Clippers fan in the world and so high on them, you cannot
don't
take a
lay that money
minus
line at
210 money line against the Jazz.
He's right. He's very, very right. You cannot do that.
I wouldn't take minus 210 against like the Pelicans, man. Like that's just not worth the risk.
It's a bad line. Do not lay Clippers money line. I know that you probably want to, but it's not worth it. Just take Jazz points.
Why would you not? If you want a money line, take the better team with the better odds. Like what? Come on.
Yeah, if you're gonna lay a money line parlay tonight, you lay it on the Sixers, not the Clippers.
Sixers Jazz plus 340. Just saying.
That's pretty simple.
Don't do it unless you want to.
Jazz Clippers 223.5, 98% on the under. Give me the over if you're gonna play it.
Yeah, what?
I'm not gonna play it. I don't like under overs in playoffs. We have been decent on them, but just
depends on the teams, man.
They either go over by 30 or under by 30, and it's just like this is not worth it. It's just not worth betting on. That's NBA.
That's basketball, baby. No.
NBA playoffs have been weird. Also, public has been raking in the money on NBA playoffs. Not gonna lie, Suns were getting like 90% of tickets and 96% of money last night, and they won. Now, granted, Jokic did get ejected, but the game was kind of.
Nah, it was
already an 8-point game when that happened. So, baseball today. Oh, no early games. Thank you. I hate betting on early games baseball. By the way, that is our new tactic. Oh, by the way, tactics for those who tune into the show are changing a little bit in the MLB. We're finally getting some stability in the MLB. Our whole underdogs can win every game kind of strategy is a little bit gone. Mm-hmm. We're gonna start doing parlays with mostly favorites. If I see underdogs, I'll take them straight still. But it's just a better way. Friday we hit 2 plus 150s and a plus 622. Saturday we only took one and it ended up missing. And then yesterday we missed a plus 190 but hit a plus 233. So yeah, we're gonna start taking more favorites from now on, put them in parlays, just better value and things like that. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. First game tonight, 7:05. Is that what you're seeing too? 7:05. Oh, yeah. Pirates and Nationals. Mm-hmm. Nationals getting favored at home -2, -127. Pirates on the road at plus 110. Looks like Nationals getting stacked on with 80% of tickets, 80% of money. Let's go in and see this one real quick. I just want to see who the starting pitchers are. Now, we still will not take games just based off a starting pitcher, but it will make us lean a little bit from now on. The starting pitchers are starting to matter slightly.
Well, let's not give him too much credit.
We're still not betting on things just because of starting pitcher, but slightly matters now. Only some pitchers. Pirates and I don't like this game. I think the Nationals is the smarter call. Pirates just seem to be real fucking bad right now. Really, really bad. Nationals aren't great themselves. However, let's see, they're head-to-head. They have not played each other this season. Pirates have lost their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Washington has split the last 5. Yeah, neither team very good. This is a stay away, I think, especially with the Nationals getting stacked on. It's just that ain't worth it. Next game, looks like the 7-10 one is canceled between Orioles and Indians. I was gonna take Indians, but interesting. Oh, well. Other 7-10 game, Blue Jays, Red Sox. Red Sox at home getting sharps, getting -130. Blue Jays on the road getting +112 on DraftKings. Tickets 60% on Boston, 57% of money on Boston. So a little stacked, but not really. It's pretty much 50-50 on that one. Let me see who's starting. This is also a game that I kind of like to stay away from. Boston is a better road team than they are at home, 19-17 at home. Toronto is 20-17 on the road, better road team than they are at home. Let's see how have they done this series. They have played each other 8 times this season, and Boston has won 4, and Toronto has won 4.
Oh.
So both teams have won at home and on the road, so don't have a play here either. Both decent starting pitchers, one a little bit more inexperienced than the other, but another stay away game. Damn it. Give me one I can bet on, damn it. 7-10.
I got another 7-10er.
7-10 Cubs Mets. That's got to be Jacob deGrom pitching because there's no way the Mets would be favored
It
against the
is
Cubs
not.
otherwise.
It is
Whoa,
David Peterson.
interesting. Mets getting favored at home with the Sharps on them at -120. Cubs on the road getting +102. However, money and tickets at 60% for the Cubs. So people are leaning Cubs. Where is this game? Why can I not find this game? Excuse me. Cubbies. Ah, there they are. Jake Arrieta is pitching for the Cubs. Not having a very good year, but neither is Peterson. Just looking at all their stuff. Looks like, how are they doing head to head? So they played each other 3 times this year. The Cubs have won all 3, but the Cubs have also been at home for all 3. And now the Mets are at home where they're 17-6. Cubs are 14-17 on the road, yet 24-10 at home. Cubs much better at home. They're on the road. Mets very good at home. I'm still gonna lean Cubs here. Cubs have been playing very, very well. One of the better teams in the MLB right now. They have won their last 5. Before that, they lost 4 of their last 5, but they also had been playing the Padres and the San Francisco Giants, both very good teams.
True.
The Mets have won 3 of their last 4. However, deGrom pitched one of those, so just throw that game out because it does not count. Because he's just a fucking freak of nature. They've won 6 of their last 10, beaten the Padres a couple times, lost to Baltimore, then beat Baltimore, and then beat the Padres in the second series at home 2-1. Kind of impressive. Their starting pitchers are animals right now, but David Peterson. Is that David Peterson? David Peterson.
Yeah, David Peterson.
He's pitched 47 innings. He's 1-5. He has an ERA of 6.32. Opponent's batting percentage is .356. That's a lot. His whip is 1.51. Arrieta is not much better on any of those stats. Give me Cubs team total over on this one. I don't know if they win the game, but I think they take the Mets yard. And I would put the game total over, but the Mets bats just sometimes don't work. So give me the Cubs team total over. I think this is a high scoring game. If you want to take the over, that's a decent pick as well. But give me Cubs team total over. I don't know what it's at. It's probably at 3.5, 4.
Probably.
Game total is 8.5. So yeah, it's probably 3.5, 4. I'll do more research on that one, but Cubs should be in a decent spot to get some runs today. Let's see what else we got. 7-10. What's next game at? Next game isn't until 8-10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, we got a couple 8-10s. We got Tigers and Royals. Royals at home getting -143. Tigers on the road getting +125. Looks like tickets and money pretty much split 50-50. I don't want to bet on the Royals, even if they're favorites. Brad Keller is on the mound. He's not great. Not great. Actually, Detroit's starting pitcher has better stats, but doesn't say much because it's the Detroit Tigers. Head to head, they've played well over 10 games this season. Looks like Kansas City's had their number a little bit when they are at home, and they are tonight. They're 16-15 at home. Detroit is 11-20 on the road. If I'm leaning something, I'm taking Kansas City, especially with tickets split. But hey, Kansas City is not a good baseball team. I mean, neither are the Tigers, but both not very good teams. Probably a stay away. If you're gonna lay money on it, just take the Royals in some kind of parlay with someone else that you're confident about, because I don't like that one. If I'm leaning something, take Royals, but other than that, two bad baseball teams going at it tonight. Don't really like laying something on the line. Two very good baseball teams on the other hand tonight. Great game. If you're a baseball fan, tune in at 8:10 because we have White Sox at home going against the Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah. Chicago White Sox very, very slight underdogs here, getting -104. Tampa Bay on the road getting -113. Sharps are on Tampa Bay just because they're a hotter team and the odds aren't that bad. However, public is 60% stacked on tickets and 67% stacked on the White Sox as home underdogs. I believe. Hang on. before I spew shit out of my ass. Tyler Glasnow's pitching.
Uh-huh.
He has inconsistent is what I'll say. I'm not going to say he's bad. Not going to say he's good. I'll say inconsistent. Seems like when the Tampa Bay Rays need him most, he doesn't necessarily pull through for big games. He gets yarded a few times. But interesting stats on this way. Chicago White Sox, a very good team at home, 25-11. Tampa Bay, a very good team on the road, 23-10. Both teams sitting at 42-24, 41-24. Tampa Bay money line, spending $100 on their money line every game this season, is $1,600 up, which makes me feel real good because we have taken their money line a lot of times. Looks like White Sox getting stacked on in covers, which makes me like the Rays because covers people are not smart.
We know how covers is sometimes.
Yeah.
Great stats.
Great stats.
Great stats.
Horrible picks. Go get your stats from covers and then get your picks from fellas. That's how you do it. That's how you make money. Tampa Bay just kind of running the league right now. They've won 7 of their last 10, 6 of their last 7. Now, granted, those 6 of the last 7 was the Rangers twice. They split Washington and then they beat Baltimore 3 times. So not very good teams at all. The White Sox did very good against Toronto, split the series 2-1. But other than that, they've only beaten Detroit, and they have been fucking cranking Detroit. But it's Detroit. Tyler Glasnow is a right-handed pitcher, so it doesn't help the Sox a ton. Not to mention Tampa Bay's bullpen is almost completely righties. So I think that with the public getting stacked on the White Sox today, give me the Rays. Yeah. However, 2 very, very good teams going at it. Very unpredictable pitchers going at it. I'm leaning Rays. Got to look into it a little bit more. Take their money line. I think this is probably just a straight bet. I don't think it's worth putting this one in a parlay unless you're going for like a big shot kind of parlay. Like a 3-team plus 600 plus. But I do like the Rays. Maybe take them straight. Might not be worth jambling up a parlay with how tight this game probably could be.
The odds are good enough, man. Take what you can get.
Yeah, take what you can get. Don't push it. However, I mean, scared money don't make money, so.
Sometimes it do.
Sometimes it do. 8:15. We have Cardinals at home getting -190. Marlins on the road getting +160. Looks like sharp.
Did you get the other 8:10?
Did I miss one? Cubs and Brewers. Sorry. Or Reds and Brewers. Reds and Brewers. Reds, Brewers. Brewers at home getting -143. Reds on the road getting +120. It looks like sharps are on the Reds because 57% on tickets on the Reds and 83% of money on the Reds.
Wow.
As away underdogs.
That's a weird one. Gotta say.
I'm gonna check into it. Looks like Milwaukee's pitcher's not great. Cincinnati Reds pitcher is definitely better. However, Milwaukee is 20-15 at home. Actually, they're pretty much equally as good on the road as they are at home. Cincinnati 16-15 on the road, 16-16 at home. Not a very big split here. Let's check their head-to-heads. They have played each other 6 times this season. Milwaukee has won 4 of the 6. They won most of them on the road, and now they're at home. That's one thing. Give me Brewers here, honestly. I don't know why you wouldn't be taking Brewers in a parlay, of course. That's -143, a little too juiced up. But with everyone stacking on the Reds, I really like the Brewers here. I think Reds have been a little bit hot lately, and that's probably where this is coming from. Considering they did just take out, they won their last 3, but it was all against the Rockies. They were at home all 3 times. Which we know Rockies on the road. We know Rockies on the road. However, the series before that, they had Milwaukee all 3 times at home and lost the series 1-2. So take what you want out of that, but give me the Brewers money line, especially with everyone stacked on the Reds. I like that. I like that a lot. That's 8:10. What was the next one? 8:15? Yeah.
Yep.
Marlins, Cardinals at home, -190. Marlins on the road, +160. People are stacked on the Cardinals, 77% of tickets, 88% of money. Need to double check. I'm going to just say Reds off the rip on this one. Or, sorry, not the Reds. St. Louis Cardinals off the rip on this one. Adam Wainwright's pitching. Braxton Garrett's pitching for them. Braxton Garrett's only pitched one game all season. He has a 6.43 ERA with a huge-ass whip. Adam Wainwright's not great himself. 4-5, 4.03 ERA with a 1.14 whip. That's a decent whip. However, head-to-head, St. Louis has won all three. They won all three on the road. They're a better home team than they are on the road. Miami's a dog shit team on the road at 13-22. I think you put Cardinals in some kind of parlay. Not a great pitcher. Not super sold on them. But their bullpen is better than the Marlins. And the Cardinals, hey, they're a pretty good team. I don't like how much they're getting juiced on this one. Definitely it's a parlay kind of thing. But Cardinals not a bad team. Marlins pretty bad on the road. So leaning Cardinals, but that's a little juiced. I don't know about that one. I'm going to have to try it out with a couple different games and see if we can get some decent odds out of a parlay. It's probably just like a two-teamer sitting there, but we'll figure it out. We're crafty with our parlays.
There's something there.
There's something there. Padres Rockies. Rockies at home getting plus 135. Padres on the road getting minus 157. Padres getting 71% of tickets, 56% of money. I'm staying away from this game because I do not bet when Rockies are at home. I know that's a really weird strategy, especially when they're going against the Padres, but you need to understand what the Rockies are doing.
It's ridiculous.
The Rockies are 20-14 at home and 5-27 on the road. Basically, if the Rockies are on the road, you don't take them. If they're at home, you do take them unless they're playing a team named the Padres, because Padres are a very good team. Actually, you know what? This might be my underdog bet of the day.
Ooh.
Yeah, I might say it. Now looking at the Padres, they have lost 4 of their last 5, and it's not against great teams. They lost twice against the Mets, then beat the Nets. They lost twice against the Cubs, beat the Cubs, and then they lost twice against the Mets and beat the Mets twice. Now, Colorado is no better, but however, their last 6 games have all been on the road. They've lost 5 of them, figures. But they're at home tonight. And after a big away stand, maybe my underdog bet of the day.
Ooh. I'm into it.
People not stacked on the Padres as much as I'd want to fade the Padres, however. Rockies are just a good team at home. They're just a good team at home. Padres not that impressive on the road either. I think they're only 17-15. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, that's a slight lean. A little underdog at home. Haven't picked many underdogs today. Give me the Rockies. I think they could squeeze one by on the Padres tonight. Let's see. That's 840. When's the next game? It is at
9:40.
9:40? Is that the next
Yep.
one? Damn. All right. We have the Athletics getting minus 155 at home. I hate that line already. Angels on the road getting plus 133. I also hate that line already. Athletics getting 80% of tickets, 66% of money. I think this is a stay away game. Both teams not overly impressive. I have said we do not bet on the Angels as long as Mike Trout's out. Dylan Bundy's on the mound for LA. He's 1-6 with a 6.16 ERA. 1.3 whip is not terrible. I don't know how to pronounce the Oakland A's last name. Minea? Yep, Minea. We're going to go with Minea. 5-2, 3.09 ERA, 1.19 whip. Better pitcher than Dylan Bundy, but still not that impressive. Head-to-head, we have 7 games this series. It looks like Oakland has won 4 and LA have won 2. I don't have a play for this one. I don't think either team's worth betting on. Oakland's only 22-18 at home. LA's 15-16 on the road. I want to take Athletics. I really do. I want to put them in some kind of parlay because at minus 155, that's very good odds for parlay. But I don't know. Maybe Athletics team total over. The bats have been working lately. And And we know the LA Angels are dog shit on defense, 25th in the league.
Dang.
Very bad. People put up a lot of runs against them. Arizona Diamondbacks put up 3, 7, and 5. Kansas City didn't put up shit because they're terrible. Mariners put up 9, 5, and 2, and 6. Oakland's last 3 games offensively, they've scored 6, 11, and 4. Before that, they scored 4 and 5, 6, 9, and 6. Yeah. Give me Athletics team total over against the Angels. I'm not putting a money. I might put a money line in a parlay, but I like that team total over. So that's Cubs and Athletics team total overs are my 2 favorites so far. I think those are decent bets. 9:45, we have Arizona Diamondbacks and San Francisco Giants. Giants at home getting -182. Arizona on the road getting plus 155. Looks like tickets are pretty well stacked on the Giants at 80%, and money is a little bit stacked on the Giants at 70%. But it makes sense because the San Francisco Giants are easily the better team. Arizona Diamondbacks are absolute dog shit. Alex Wood is on the mound for the Giants. He's okay. I will say, though, on covers, the Giants are getting ridiculously stacked on, which makes me not as gung-ho on doing it. However, I just saw this trend bet because covers loves their trend bets, and that's why they lose most of their free picks. However, Diamondbacks are 1-11 in their last 12 during game 1 of a series.
Interesting.
Not that it means a whole lot, but yeah. They've played 2 times this season. San Francisco was away both times. They beat them 8-0 and 5-4. Interesting. San Francisco's at home now, where they are 18-9. Arizona is only 9-27 on the road. Man, just give me the Giants here. I don't think there's much else to say about it. I think you take their money line at -182. Honestly, okay. Second of all, I'm on a book that can only do -1.5, and I'm done with it. -1.5 is not a good enough bet in baseball. If you have -1 available to you, that is a great bet because then you push on a 1-point game. I'm done taking -1.5. It's a dumb bet. It's stupid. I don't like it. If you have -1, you take -1 in San Francisco Giants. If you do not have -1, just put them in a parlay. That's pretty much where I'm at. Unless I'm stacking on a parlay, like I just want ridiculous odds on like the 3 favorites of MLB, I'm not taking -1.5. Like tonight, I may take Giants -1.5 in some kind of parlay with 2 other teams, like that plus money, so I can get like a 3-team plus 1,000 or something like that. But unless you're doing something along those lines, it is not worth taking -1.5. If you have -1, take that -1.5. Just lay a money line or a parlay.
Here's a trend for you.
Oh,
D-backs have lost the last 19 on the road.
hey, trends are meant to be broken. But
I'm just
yeah,
saying
we're
that's
that's
Rockies territory, dude. That's Rockies territory.
That is damn near
that's
Rockies
pretty bad.
territory. I will say that the Giants are getting 80% of tickets on their money line and 90% of the money, so people are definitely stacked on them, but for good reason. If you're scared of that trend, take Giants team total over because I'm sure that'll get ran up a little bit. However, I'm going to take that one back. Do not do that. Giants bats have not been working as well. They really struggled against the Nationals. Bats are struggling right now. So give me Giants money line in a parlay of some kind, or you can take them -1 or -1.5 if you're going for a long shot parlay, because I think that's one of the better spreads of the day for MLB. One more game, right? 2 more games.
2 more.
Twins Mariners, get me the fuck away from that game. Mariners at home getting +120. Twins on the road -137. Twins getting stacked on 60% of tickets, 70% of money. Don't make me bet on this game. I'm not going to bet on this game because the Twins are involved, and I cannot. Oh, Kenta Maeda is back. Interesting. Oh, wait, covers as a free pick on this game. They're taking the Twins. All right, lay the wood on Seattle. Twins 12 and 18 on the road. Their money line is -2,200 this season. I think that is the worst money line of anyone in the MLB.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. Seattle is 17 and 14 at home. Minnesota 12 and 18 on the road. Kenta Maeda is back. However, he's not pitching that well this season. Gonzalez is pitching for Seattle. He's also not pitching well this season. I just they played each other 3 times this season. Seattle won twice on the road. If you're gonna play a line, do not put Twins on this one. Twins are not worth it for a parlay. They're not worth it straight. You can take Seattle money line for a sprinkle as one of my other favorite underdogs of the day.
You want to hear a trend?
I suppose.
7 of the last 8 Twins-Mariners games have gone over.
Hey. I actually don't mind that too. I think that both pitchers probably get exposed. The line is only 8. I like that. The over is getting 84% of the money, but hey, maybe.
Want to hear an ultra trend? Want to hear an...
Oh, yeah. Give me like some Tuesday afternoon.
Because that one was actually... See, that one was useful and helpful. This one...
Yeah.
Although, you could get
Not
a nice...
so
you could get a nice win, a nice plus 380 win if you follow this. The Mariners have won the first inning in each of their last 3 games as home underdogs against AL Central opponents.
Woo!
So you could take the Mariners plus 380 first inning win. Like
that hits.
If it hits, I might do it just so I remember that I even said it.
I think I might lock that in right now, just because.
Sean's trend of the even afternoon, morning, whatever.
I'm gonna take this one just because I want to. What is it, plus 380? You said?
Yeah.
Let's see what it is on Fox Bet. Let's see what it is. Also,
this is DraftKings.
sick and tired of my freaking Wi-Fi that can't verify my location, so I have to open up a freaking. Don't.
Hey, quit raging, bro.
I'm raging. I can only go to Google Chrome on my laptop in order to place bets right now, and it's really freaking annoying. Really annoying. MLB.
Use your data, bro.
I do. They will not tell me where I'm located somehow. I don't know how that works.
Well, that's weird.
What was the bet you just said?
Seattle Mariners to win in the first inning.
I better have it. Race to 3 runs. No. What the? I don't have it.
You don't have inning? Do you have like inning spreads? You don't have inning
Fox
winners?
Fox Bet's just being annoying right now.
Dang. Well, for all my DraftKings boys out there, you know what I mean? Go get a. Actually,
I wanted that one too.
Seriously, I have no reason to be recommending this or acting like it, but plus 380 seems like a big number, and
the Twins suck.
Sometimes you gotta have some fun in life.
Yeah, hey, scared money don't make money.
All work and no play makes whatever it is it Jack a dull boy?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
like that.
personally know Jack that well, but I wouldn't call him dull to his face. But anyway, what is that? Phillies Dodgers.
Yeah, Phillies Dodgers. Phillies on the road. Dodgers at home getting minus 167. Phillies on the road getting plus 140. Tickets are 60% Dodgers, 40% Phillies. However, money is 90% Dodgers, 10% Phillies. Give me the Dodgers in this one. The Dodgers should be favored more, I would think. I don't know who's pitching for the Phillies. Spencer Howard. Hey, good news. Covers has got Philadelphia plus 1.5. Give me the Dodgers to win because Covers sucks at their free bets. However, both pitchers not very experienced. Looks like the Dodgers pitcher has been yarded a few too many times. However, this is still the Dodgers at home. This is still the Phillies on the road. They have not played each other this year. However, Phillies are 11-19 on the road. Dodgers are 21-11 at home. Let me look at their last games. Hey, Philly's been on a little tear. I'm not gonna lie. They have won 5 of their last 6. One was against Washington. They split the series 2-1 against Atlanta Braves, which isn't saying a whole bunch at home. But they did beat the New York Yankees twice at home, which again is not saying a whole lot because the Yankees aren't that good on the road. However, the last game they did beat them 7-0, which is pretty impressive. They did have their ace starting, but still impressive. Dodgers have won 4 of their last 5 5 of their last 6 against dog shit teams. They've been playing Pittsburgh, Texas, Atlanta. But this is still the LA Dodgers we're talking about here. They're still at home. I still like the Dodgers here. There's going to be a couple good opportunities for parlays tonight, I think. I'd be putting the Dodgers in probably one of them, maybe the Cardinals in another, San Francisco in another. I know, and Brewers in another. I know those kind of teams that we always tend to bet on, but we always tend to bet on them for a reason. Yeah, for a reason, because those are some of the top teams in the MLB. And like I said, the other strategy we had going on this season was working, but it has fallen off. It's time to adjust the strategy a little bit. Teams in the MLB, the good teams are starting to win consistently again. Starting pitchers are starting to be a little bit more consistent again. We're getting into the later months of MLB, which means, or not later months, I shouldn't say that, but we're starting to get into the groove, mid-season form of MLB, which means that good teams are going to win, bad teams are going to lose. Aces are going to play like aces.
You want to hear some trends?
I do.
Here's you want the good one or the weird one first?
Good one first, weird one second.
Okay. 8 of the last 9 Dodgers home games have gone over.
Interesting.
So that's a decent one. Plus 100 on the over tonight. It is 9.5, which is pretty tall order, but it's plus 100. Fun one. The Dodgers have trailed after 3 innings in each of their last 3 games as favorites against NL East opponents. So Phillies to have the lead in the first 3 is plus 185. In case you're interested, I don't know why you would be, but
I don't. Yeah,
if you're a big first Phillies 3 kind of guy.
Yeah, Phillies on the road has not impressed me this season.
I normally
don't like it, but hey, if you want some plus money trends, which is about the worst thing you can possibly do in sports. But hey, what do I know? I just own a sports betting company.
I like the over one might be interesting though.
The over one might be interesting,
especially at those odds.
Because the Phillies bats, I mean, they went 8-7 against the Yankees, so 15 runs in the last 2 games, and then before that, I mean, their bats have been working. 7, 8, 4, 2, 5, 12, 5, 1, 17, 1. Like, they've had some duds in there, but they've been playing pretty well. Yeah, not a great pitcher tonight. Should be plenty of runs from both teams. Honestly, neither starting pitcher is that great. Dodgers bullpen, however, is fucking nasty. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I think that's it for MLB, right?
That's it.
Quick under overs, just based off money. Let me look at it real quick. The under in the Brewers game is getting 93%, so maybe play on the over. And the under in the Royals game is getting at 97%, so maybe a play on the Tigers Royals over. And other than that, everything's pretty much split. Doesn't look like anything stands out. So over in the Reds game, over in the Tigers Royals game is really all I saw based off my percentages. And then you said over in the Twins game?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's MLB. There is no WNBA tonight. I apologize to everyone. Mondays suck. I don't know why they don't play WNBA on Mondays, but as the only day that we don't have WNBA, we have every single day. And Tuesday has 3 games. So looking very much forward to tomorrow for WNBA. Keep on this fucking heater. I think we're 20. Shit, I'm going to get this wrong. 28, 15, and 2 for a 65% win percentage in WNBA. I think that's accurate. Pretty sure I tweeted that out yesterday. We have 6 minutes left.
Do you have any? Because I just found a pretty interesting
for some fun little bets. Yeah,
this isn't a bet. This is just wacky. So you catch the Nets Bucks game, not the one yesterday, but the one before, where PJ Tucker got like shoved by a random man.
Oh yeah, KD's bodyguard.
KD's bodyguard.
Personal bodyguard.
Yeah. Personal bodyguard. He has been suspended. So that makes sense. I guess by the NBA.
So
yes, by the NBA. So This is just interesting because I've never seen someone who's not employed by the NBA get a suspension by the NBA.
It's just a weird thing in general. Like, I don't know. So one side of me is like, what the fuck are you doing on the court? Why are you doing this? But the other side of me is like, this man was literally paid to protect Kevin Durant against all costs. And I guess that pertains to when you're getting shoved on a basketball court. Like,
Well, I feel like
I think that's a little bit out of your jurisdiction.
yeah, I feel
maybe.
like the bodyguard is probably not hired to protect him against another NBA player shoving him during an NBA game. I'm assuming it's more for like.
Did KD have a reaction to this? Did he say anything about it? Like, hey, sorry, dude, I paid the dude to protect me. Or was he like, yeah, that was a little bit weird, a little bit out of the line? Because I'd kind of like to hear his stance on it. Be like, yeah, that's why I pay him to do it.
No, he is not. It's been. It hasn't been anything. It hasn't been anything. Although, so the Nets, I think, ended up hiring. He was KD's personal bodyguard, and the Nets might have hired him. He's banned from the remaining games in Milwaukee. Won't be allowed courtside for Brooklyn. This is funny. This is the Bucks coach, Mr. Budenholzer.
I don't like him.
No, he said, but this is what he goes. To be completely frank and honest, in the heat of the moment, I have no idea who that guy is or who he's affiliated with. Could be Pfizer, Forum Security, could be Bucks Security, could be Net Security. Yeah, I can't. And it's the main, like, maybe if he just ran out of the court, but he ran out there and shoved PJ Tucker. like who is this dude? Back off, bro.
Brian did say it's probably more for the fans who have been acting up recently in the playoffs.
Oh,
I mean,
absolutely.
I'm sure that's why he's there, but he's not supposed to be. I would assume
Yeah, it's absolutely
that he's not supposed to be getting on the court. I would assume that's not in his job jurisdiction. And if it is, that's the first time I've ever heard of a bodyguard supposed to be on the court defending a player.
Well, the thing is, like, if he just was in there and standing between, like, doing one of these.
Yeah, if he's just grabbing KD and be like, KD, you can't get hurt. Like, I'm gonna help you.
But
like,
nah,
get
he
out
was
of
not.
here.
He was not going in as the peacemaker.
No, that's that's probably not your job. Probably need a little suspension. Probably need a just write down his responsibilities on a little piece of paper and be like, hey, stick to these.
But like, shout out, because that's the first time I've ever heard of someone in the NBA who isn't a player getting suspended or a coach.
All I know is however much he's getting paid, he's getting underpaid because this man took his job very, very seriously. He said,
yeah, well, now he's not getting paid at all. So
no, he's just suspended. I guarantee he's still getting paid.
He's suspended.
I'm sure
with
KD
pay.
after was like, my boy.
Thanks, bro.
Like,
Yeah.
hell yeah. About damn time someone on this team sticks up for me.
That's true, dude. I feel like KD does not get the respect from the squad that he deserves.
I feel like Nets are just not a bunch of like back up your player type of people. Like
Yes,
James Harden isn't gonna go after someone. Kyrie may have some words, but he ain't gonna go after anyone. KD is not gonna go after anyone.
No.
Yeah. But hey, your boy's got your back. That bodyguard, I guarantee, will have a job with KD for probably the rest of his life. You're like,
was it worth it?
Maybe. I don't necessarily say the court, but hey, thanks for having my back. Yeah, very weird kind of thing. We got 1 minute. What do we got? Anything?
Here's
Shock the nation kind of stuff.
Here's the video. We'll just take a look.
We'll
just here he comes. Yeah. Here he comes, and he's getting. Oh man.
Like, who is this man?
Because where? One more
time. Wait, which guy is he?
So, here's the initial.
He's the guy in the all black, right?
Yeah, he runs out. You see that? Right, this guy right here. You can see it from this angle. He comes in from this side and then just shoves. Little too physical if you're not supposed to be on the court whatsoever.
I mean, hey, to be fair, yeah, no, I don't have a lot of defense for that. KD was already out of that skirmish. I was going to say, to be fair, he kind of got just in between them, but KD was already out of that skirmish by the time he enacted and did what he did.
And like
so.
whether or
And I have a
not
lot of.
he needed to protect, like, no matter what the scenario, KD is not in imminent danger because PJ Tucker pushed him.
And plus, it's a game, dude. You can't be like.
Yeah.
What if everyone in the NBA had a bodyguard, and every single time there's a skirmish on the court, everyone's bodyguards just came in and just started fighting each other because it was just like.
I'm not gonna lie, I would watch it.
I would hate entertaining as shit.
Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty sick. It sounds pretty cool. Won't lie.
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock
on a Monday.
That
does wrap up our time on the Fellas Show.
That's it.
A lot of people hanging out today. Appreciate all the fellas.
Shout out to the fellas.
I know the boys have probably been sitting in the chat for a while, lurking. Jason came in hot on the chat this morning. Brian followed it up to finish out in the chat.
Took us home.
Appreciate everyone who tuned in. It's another Monday for the fellas.
Oh yeah.
Start of week 6 of the show. It sounds like we may have Suck My Take back here for a couple MLB stints this week.
Oh, baby. That's what I like to hear.
I will be gone Thursday and Friday this week, so we're going to have a couple people fill in, man. We're going to have a couple people fill in. But we still have the rest of the week. The show tomorrow's going to be a good day. We got Wnba back tomorrow. Plenty of stories going to happen. Lots of scandals going to happen tonight. I feel it in my bones.
It's a dirty Monday.
It is a dirty Monday. It was too low-key of a weekend. Something's going to happen. Something's got to spark.
Someone in the MLB has to do something. That was way too quiet.
Hey,
I need some more sticky
It's been like 2 or 3 days since we've had a scandal in the MLB, and we need another. Damn it. Good luck on everyone's picks today.
Yep.
Remember, if you're a fan of the show and you're being a lazy little shithead that doesn't subscribe, you better hit that subscribe button, because we know that the majority of people who tune in the show are not subscribed. You guys are being mean.
Tell a friend about it, man. Be like, hey.
Tell a friend about it.
You do sports picking betting? Oh, you're gonna like the fellas.
I know someone who wins a lot of money doing it.
We don't even charge for this, man. So that's the least you could do is hit the subscribe button. Also,
heyfellas.co.
Heyfellas.co.
Brand new merch.
Fresh up there.
This is old merch, but still repping the merch.
Still repping. I'm repping the champs, but we'll get back there.
Who cares about that team?
No.
Good luck on everyone's bets today.
Yeah.
I hope you tune in the show and take some Nhl Bets. VIP picks will be out shortly. Got to do a little bit more research before I pull the trigger on some of these, but basically what we said on the show today is probably the leans that we're going.
Yeah,
see a couple of those in VIP.
If the Mariners win that first inning, I want everybody to Venmo me $5.
True.
Just kidding. You don't have to.
Lay the line on it, boys. All right, we're out of here. We need to get going.
Yeah, we'll head out. I gotta.
See you tomorrow, 10 o'clock sharp, 10 to 12 tomorrow. Heyfellas.co, heyfellas.co,
heyfellas.co.
Doesn't apply today, but remember we have a daily WNBA package for just $5 now. Our monthly package is under $1 a day. If you want to try us out for a week, it's only $13 for a week.
Not worth it for today, though. Not worth it for today. But maybe tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow.
WNBA package is definitely worth it tomorrow, not today.
Just $5. Hang with the fellas. Let's go.
VIP. Hey, thank you to everyone who's been buying VIP. It's been popping
growing
off.
Well.
We've been popping off. Twitter's been popping off. Social's been popping off. YouTube's been popping off. Appreciate everyone. We're growing.
Let's go.
Slow and steady. We'll be there.
Let's go, fellas.
We out. Good luck today, boys.
This Cliff Bar is delicious.
Hey, Cliff Bar. Shout out to you.
Shout out Cliff.
Take us out with something that I can sing along to and just jam out.
You wanna go? This Cliff Bar is fire, bro.
It looks fire.
Whatever, man. We're A-okay on this Monday. Am I right?
Yes.
Once it loads. Oh yeah.
Ah, fellas.
Do a little. Oh, it's on the lower.